The next example I wanted to show you is this executive reporting dashboard. This is a very simple dashboard. It was put together for a PC manufacturer who wanted to be able to get some quick information about revenue and percentage of forecast and growth. So there's just a few things on this first table here that are going to show some overall high-level metrics for the company. CenterView does have the ability to pop up more detailed information. If I hover over the top of one of these data points on this area graph, you can see that it's going to show me more detailed information about that particular data point. If I click on that, it could take me down to a deeper level. Now, a drill down in CenterView, which is what happens when you click on a region, we call that a drill down. A drill down can take you to a different part of the dashboard, or it could update this current page of the dashboard, or it could pop up a window with new information in it, or it could even launch another application. So in CenterView, you have an actionable dashboard. Each time that you have something in front of you, you can click on it and a wide variety of actions can be done. In this particular case, this is a simple drill down. I click on that, it's going to pop up an additional window showing me some additional information here. But a drill down can also take you to a new area of the dashboard. For instance, if I come over here to the Americas region and click on that, it's going to drill down. I'm now seeing the same 4 key metrics, but now it's zoomed in to just the Americas region of the company. And again, if I come over here, I'm now looking at more specific information just for the Americas segment. CenterView also has the ability to allow you to save information from your dashboard. If I want to save a copy of what I'm looking at, I can come and click on this Save button, and I can save a copy of this chart or graph that I'm looking at as either a Flash or a PNG image. That's useful for embedding it into a report or a PowerPoint presentation. If I scroll down, you can see that I can also save the data behind this graph as either an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file. So when you're viewing information on a dashboard, you always have the ability to save the image or the data behind the image to use later. We also have the ability to generate a PDF file of this page, this one metric of the dashboard or the entire page of the dashboard. We can also email out of this dashboard. By clicking this email button, it would attach a PDF image to this, and I would be able to email that to somebody else in the company. You also can schedule that. CenterView can schedule an email to you automatically. For instance, if I want to have a PDF of this page of the dashboard emailed to me at 10 o'clock every morning, CenterView can do that. You can subscribe to that, set that up, and it would allow you to email a copy of that out at any time frame that you want to have happen. CenterView also has the ability to do alerting. You can subscribe to a metric on the dashboard and have it send you an automatic email message when that metric gets above or below certain points. So CenterView can be working for you even when you're not currently actively viewing the dashboard. In CenterView, we also have the ability to look at data tables. If I click on this inventory tab, for instance, it is now going to show me information in a data table format. Oftentimes, the very last level of drill down that you want to do would take you to specific information. We can show information geographically or in charts or graphs, but we also have some very powerful data table capabilities. For example, you can see that the inventory for this PC manufacturing company here, it's showing me here this inventory, and it has different headings here for price, model, processor, etc. These are sortable. I could click on any of these headings in order to resort this by that particular heading. For instance, if I click on processor, it's now going to resort this list by processor. If I want to sort it by operating system or hard drive, I can do that as well. It will resort the list. Notice that it also has automatic spanning. Instead of being like a spreadsheet where every row is repeated every time, it can take rows that are the same, like this one I'm pointing at here, and it can automatically combine those together to make this much more readable. We also have the ability in our data tables to have graphic elements. I could have red, yellow, green indicators, for example, to show things that are within, a little bit out of, or a long ways out of specification so that you can highlight danger zones. I could also have spark lines or pie charts or bar charts or any other data element inside of this data table. So CenterView's ability to show you the data is very powerful. You can do it with graphs or charts or all the way down to specific data tables. We have some very powerful capabilities to be able to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go back out to the Home edition here and show you just one additional dashboard. I want to highlight some of the ability of CenterView to show information geographically, to do that I'm going to come down to this retail sales dashboard and open that dashboard. This dashboard was put together for a large retail organization that has stores all across the country. It's showing information geographically in a heat map type of format. You can see here from the legend at the bottom that the darker the color, the higher the revenue. So for instance, Texas is one of the states that's performing well. If I hover over the top of it, I can see information pop up that shows me the exact figures, and I can look at those figures state by state in order to see them. I also have the ability to drill down on these in order to see more specific information. And it does show over here in some graphs off to the side my top and bottom performing stores. So if I wanted to take a more specific look at one of those stores, I could do that. But if I want to zoom in on one particular state, I can. For instance, I want to look at the state of Texas. I'm going to zoom in on Texas. It's now showing me the different locations where the stores are in the state of Texas. And if I wanted to get more detailed information, for instance, the stores in Dallas, Texas, I can hover over the top of that to get pop-up information. Click on it in order to have additional drill down information here, where it's going to show me more specific information about the different departments and how they're selling here. If I wanted to click on one of these and drill down and get even more specific information, I could do that. This particular example dashboard stops at this point, but you could certainly hook one up so that you could get right down into the inventory of these particular stores. So it's very easy to start at a high level and drill down in order to see more specific information. If I come back to the whole United States here, notice that this dashboard has 4 tabs across the top. I could look at merchandise returns, customer satisfaction, customer location. I'm going to click on this one in order to look at where the customers are located. In this case, I'm now looking at the numbers of customers rather than the revenues. So some of the states have changed colors here. You can see it's still a heat map where the darker colors have the more customers. If I wanted to look at Texas again, now instead of wondering where the stores are located, it's showing me where the customers are located. I now have a list of the counties here, and I can come hover over the top of one of the counties or click on one to zoom in order to see more specific information. Here it is showing me zip code maps by 3-digit zip code. If I choose one of those and click on it, it will show me 5-digit zip codes, and I can see specific information about how many customers are coming from each zip code. If I click on one of those, it's going to show me demographic information, showing me some of the customer information that we've collected in the stores about the age groups of the different shoppers. So this is an example of a dashboard that has over 20,000 different ways you can drill down to it. You start at a high level, zoom down to see the specific information you want. Each person viewing this dashboard can go to a different area without having to do any additional customization work. This one dashboard can handle the needs of anybody that's taking a look at this information and allow them to zoom down to the information that they want to see. I'm going to go back to the home page here to go back to the main dashboard list. Each one of these example dashboards that we have looked at, plus the other ones that are available on the page for you to look at on your own, have completely different looks and feels to them. We can customize a dashboard to have the particular look and feel that you want to have in your company. Your company logos, your color schemes, the fonts, the whole look and feel of the dashboard can be customized in what we call dashboard themes. So we could build dashboards that have many different personalities depending on the needs of your organization.